Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to be ranking member of the subcommittee on this very important issue. We want to make sure that the plans, status, and development of these two important projects are on time. And as we're well aware that our Authorization Act in 2010 directed NASA to develop both support human exploration beyond low Earth orbit, provide backup capability to deliver crew and cargo to our International Space Station, and to preserve the critical capabilities of our aerospace workforce and industrial base. And we're all aware that the task of getting SLS's and Orion's architecture underway wasn't an easy one. Back in March of last year, this subcommittee pressed members of NASA for a final decision on the configuration of the next heavy lift vehicle for returning Americans to human exploration beyond low Earth orbit, which is our ultimate goal, at least on the interim basis, by 2021. A year ago this month, we got the decision that the integrated SLS and Orion crew capsule architecture that NASA is currently developing, we got a decision on that. This system builds on the successful and proven space shuttle technologies as well as new developments begun under the former Constellation program before it was ended. While NASA's decision took some time, I'm encouraged that in just a year since announcing the final architecture, NASA and its industry contractors have made considerable progress, and that's something I'd like to talk to you about today as well. The Orion capsule has been delivered. The Orion capsule has been delivered to the Kennedy Space Center in preparation for an uncrewed test flight in 2014. The SLS has completed its initial stages of review, which confirmed the vehicle concept, the overall architecture, and the design and integration approach. Now, in addition to the 2014 test flight of Orion, NASA's plans include an integrated SLS and Orion uncrewed test flight in 2017 and the first crewed test flight by 2021. So it's my hope today that you as witnesses can help us understand how these test flights will help identify risks early on to human flight, any challenges that they face in meeting those milestones, and what's needed to ensure the earliest possible date for returning Americans to deep space exploration. Now, you know, my next remarks have some great references to an outstanding American, Neil Armstrong, who came to this committee a year ago next week. But as someone that is a baby boomer that was a kid during the 60s, I remember as a kid President Johnson standing before President Kennedy, as well as standing before the American people and being committed to the goal of sending Americans to the moon. President Kennedy said that in such an inspiring way. Those same principles of what he spoke about are embodied in successive NASA authorizations authorizations acts over the last several years. And what I believe is so important is that we work to achieve those goals set forth by Congress in those acts by returning Americans to deep space exploration. Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.